News when you want it with Bloomberg News Now. I'm Monica Rix. Major storms on both U.S. coasts and upper Midwest are disrupting travel plans this morning as millions head home post-Christmas. More than 600 flights have already been canceled nationwide today and more than 1,000 delayed. Most of them are in New York and New Jersey, which are getting pummeled by snow. Out west in Los Angeles, mudslides washed out roads and covered homes and cars.
Impact on the town as a whole, this is probably the worst I've seen.
That man in nearby Wrightwood. Local firefighters have had to rescue more than 100 people from flash floods after days of heavy rain. Russia attacked Ukraine's capital with missiles and drones for hours overnight, knocking out power and heat to millions. It comes as Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelenskiy heads to the U.S. to meet with President Trump for talks to end the war. John Herbst is a former U.S. ambassador to Ukraine.
The only way this will end is if Putin understands that Trump is determined to achieve his stated goal of a durable peace. Not a peace which enables Putin to come back from war of Ukraine in 6 months or 12 months or 36 months.
Zelenskiy and Trump will discuss territorial issues, which have been a major sticking point in peace talks. But Zelenskiy told reporters this morning he plans to make a pit stop in Canada first to meet with Prime Minister Mark Carney and hold a video call with European leaders on security guarantees. Senior officials in Nigeria confirmed the country's government coordinated with the U.S. on Christmas Day airstrikes and says it's now open to more. But President Trump has accused the terror group of targeting Christians, which Nigeria denies.
We have maintained the position, which is backed up by data, that there is no targeting of a particular religion.
That's Daniel Bwala, a special advisor to Nigeria's president. Here at home, a hearing will be held soon on whether Kilmar Abrego Garcia is being vindictively prosecuted. Bloomberg's Ed Kalegi explains.
A federal judge this week canceled the trial of Kilmar Abrego Garcia, the Salvadoran man who was mistakenly deported. Abrego Garcia has become a centerpiece of the debate over immigration after the Trump administration deported him in March to a notorious prison in El Salvador. Facing mounting public pressure and a court order, the Trump administration brought him back to the U.S. in June, but only after issuing an arrest warrant on human smuggling charges in Tennessee. Ed Kalegi, Bloomberg Radio.
Stock in AI chipmaker NVIDIA climbed 1% this week, even as it wrote a check for $10 billion. The largest publicly traded company in the world made its largest purchase ever, acquiring licensing rights to chips made by AI startup Grok. Some Grok executives, including its own CEO, are actually joining NVIDIA to help integrate its tech into new products. But the deal's non-exclusive, meaning Grok can still license the same tech to other companies. 2026 could be even bigger in terms of AI spending. Bank of America Chairman and CEO Brian Moynihan talked to Bloomberg about it.
We think AI spending continues. We think there's benefits to the American taxpayer from tax rebates, and we think the expensing and other bonuses for businesses are good. So all that leads to our confidence that we go from basically a 2% type of growth level this year. It's not all attributable to AI, but that's having a marginal impact that's pretty strong.
B of A stock is up 26% so far in 2025. President Trump is expected to meet with executives from major U.S. defense contractors in the coming week as part of an effort to force the nation's defense contractors to spend more money on weapons development instead of stock buybacks, executive pay, and dividends. Bloomberg's Karen Moskow has details.
The plan for the meetings was announced last week, and it comes after people familiar with the matter said Trump could sign a new executive order clamping down on buybacks and dividends by top defense companies. The proposed directive would mandate that the companies tie executive compensation more closely to overall performance levels in delivering specific systems. Trump's ability to enforce such an order is unclear. Karen Moskow, Bloomberg Radio.
Shares of Warner Brothers Discovery fell 1.4% Friday, following reports from the New York Post that Paramount Skydance could sue the studio over how it's handled its sale. Paramount's reportedly slammed the board and Warner Brothers management for ignoring its latest all-cash offer for the company in favor of a, quote, inferior bid from Netflix due to a personal relationship between its CEOs. And no one's come forward yet to claim that $1.8 billion Powerball prize in Arkansas. The late Christmas Eve drawing ended the lottery game's 3-month stretch without a top prize winner. It was the second largest jackpot in U.S. history. And that's news when you want it with Bloomberg News Now. I'm Monica Rix, and this is Bloomberg.